If my butthole could be cleaner, I'm sure. I'm all for that. Like,
cleaner the better.
The cleaner the better.
I hope you're recording that.
Oh, yeah. Time to start an episode, it sounds like.
The cleaner the better.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that's a little like March, comes in like a lamb or a lion, but sadly it just doesn't go out soon enough. But just get out.
We come in like a... We don't know if we come in as a lamb or a lion. Like, we're not sure.
Who cares? Who really cares?
We're underwhelming.
Let's see. Yeah,
we come in like a lamb, like, hello.
More like a lamb, probably.
Kind of go out like that, too.
Sure, whatever.
Did you say moo?
No, he said hello. Or I said hello. It said hello. We're here.
We are here.
We're
The
lambs.
lamb says moo.
Little lambs.
The lambs. Okay. Rach, first off, how's Jeremy? How's he doing?
Well,
check in and see how he's
fine.
doing.
He's okay. And I did have a lot of messages from people, so thank you very much. Yes, he had pancreatitis. He was in the hospital for about 3 weeks in January. And so he's home now. So he's recovering each day and he's getting stronger each day. But he still can't eat a lot. So we're trying to figure out like what he can eat. And he's kind of on a special diet, which is pretty limited right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just home a lot. He's home all the time with me.
Tell us more about that.
He's, yeah.
He's home a lot.
He's home a lot, yeah, because he couldn't, well, for the first few weeks of being home, he really couldn't do anything because he didn't, he would get up and go make a sandwich and get exhausted. Like that tired him out. So, So he was laying on the couch a lot. Now he's like up and doing more things, but he's getting very bored. And so at first, when he was laying on the couch, he was just watching TV all day. And what he was watching was the Food Network all day long. Now, he can't eat anything, but he's watching that show. Do you watch the show You Gotta Eat Here? That one?
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
The guy that goes around all the Canadian restaurants let's make this food and try this and here's one here. And he's obsessed with that show, Jeremy. I never watch the Food Network. He watches the Food Network all the time.
But why would he do that to himself?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know why.
He's living vicariously through that guy.
Yeah, yes.
This is a guy that eats everything.
Exactly. So, and he's watching it and he's
Jeremy.
like, I want to have that. That looks so good. And he can't.
No kidding.
I'm like, you can have chicken broth. Like, that's what you can have right now. You can't eat anything. So I don't know why you're watching that. And you can't, he's like, oh, look at that poutine. Oh my gosh, it looks so, look at that burger. And what do they put on it? Oh, that's so good. His mouth waters over this food that,
of course.
Like, I don't care about this at all. I don't watch these shows. He loves it. And he actually does love to cook and find like new recipes and like delicious ways to make things. But he can't have any of that right now. So
What's the worst though? What if he had some poutine right now? What would happen?
Oh, he would be in severe pain. Yeah. So the reason he can't eat very much is because the pancreatitis, I think, is still there, and you don't want to make the pancreas work too hard. So you don't want to have anything fatty or anything that's like super hard to digest.
Wow.
Or whatever. Yeah. So you have to have like no fried foods, no treats, which is he's missing that. So just a lot of plain, like a lot of breads actually, lean meats. Low fat stuff, and yet he's watching this like big grease burger being made on TV, and he can't have any of it. So
I don't blame
torturing
him for
himself.
That. I know,
but that's all he's doing really is watching TV. Well, at least for the first little while, and just being at home upstairs. Like I'm downstairs right now, and he's upstairs watching TV, I guess, and making himself some lunch. So now he's like getting up and doing a few more things, but he's very bored. So every time I emerge from the basement, which is not that often in the day, to be honest, he always has a litany of things to tell me. Like, hey, guess what? Blah, 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 blah. Guess what I was watching? Go look what I want to make. Look at this, or I've got to hear all of his thoughts because I'm the only one that's home in the day. And I'm like, okay, I just came up to grab a glass of water and I got to go back downstairs. Like I got work to do. Right. Yeah. So he's bored and I'm his only friend. And so I kind of am excited for him to get out and maybe go back to work eventually and maybe meet some friends for coffee or
basically to make your life better, you would like Jeremy to get.
Yeah. Now, I wondered if maybe this compared to Forman's life at the moment, because I know
Gee, I thought you were going to go down this road. Because you're describing me other than what he's eating. You're describing me right now.
Well, in a sense, you're actually.
I know you're at home too.
You're describing me as well. I spend my days. I'm different. I spend my days here with no one home, so that when they do return home, it's the same thing, Rachel. Yeah. It's like, so, how was your day? What did you do today? Did you talk to anybody today? Did anything happen?
What happens in the real world?
Yeah, because you know what I did today? I vacuumed a little bit, and then I watched this, and then I ate that. What else is going on in your?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think
how's
she's
school,
enjoying.
Charlotte? Do you have any new friends at school? Is there anything going on at school?
Yeah. What's happening? Tell me what's happening in the world, because I'm not out there.
I think Ashley's enjoying my presence because she gets 3 square meals a day, kitchen cleaned up, the kids' lunches are made.
Okay, so you're doing all that.
And there are other tasks, like it took me, probably good 2-3 hours spread out over 2 days to replace a single light switch.
Good for you.
That took you that long?
I don't want to get into it.
Good for you is probably
I want to get into that. Why did it take you that long to replace a light switch?
It just, certain wires are interchangeable. And it has to hook up to the switch beside it.
I should have sent Jeremy to your house. He could have done that.
And when the switch is 2 floors above where the breaker is, and you can't even figure out, the breaker's not even labeled correctly.
Oh, no.
Up and down the stairs. Why isn't the light off yet? But I've got the time.
Yeah.
You do have the time. I mean, that's all you've got is time at the moment. Yes.
Yes.
You talk to Ashley, you talk to us. Yeah. She's probably happy we scheduled this recording right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's busy for half an hour.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that's just like seeing a robin in March. It means absolutely nothing.
That's not true. It means spring is here.
No, it doesn't.
It's like a red sky in the morning.
Stop. No, it doesn't. Robins are around in January. It doesn't mean a thing. Yeah.
No, they're not. They go south, don't they? I can ask my bird nerd neighbor.
Bird nerd neighbor.
Yeah,
okay.
He's a bird nerd. He knows everything about birds.
That's a topic for another time. But right now, I would like to discuss bidets.
Bidets, okay. I had a run-in with a bidet last week. Yes.
A run-in?
Well, it wasn't.
Does not sound like it's supposed to go.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. You go ahead first.
I had a run-in with a bidet. Okay. The only reason I bring this up, I have a friend who has adult children living at home.
Okay.
With he and his wife. And one of the adult kids bought, I guess, a bidet to attach to the toilet.
Okay,
and,
yes, I've seen those.
Said, hey, Dad, can you help me put the bidet on? And I said, wow, a bidet. So did you try it? He goes, well, that's the interesting part.
It usually is.
Yeah.
I had that's what I saw when I was my bidet was at my friend's house, and she has a bidet.
It's not your bidet then. It's someone
I
else's
didn't
bidet.
try it, but I should have. I kind of wanted to, but I was a little scared. But she lives with a German, and so I don't know if that's common in Germany to have a bidet.
Lives with a German.
Well, he's German.
Are they married?
No, but they're partners.
Oh, okay.
And he's German.
Just more efficient that way.
I guess. I mean, everything's more efficient in Germany, I think.
She lives with a German.
Yes, he's German, yeah. Okay. Well, yes, they're dating, yeah.
Okay. All right, well,
and
that's fine.
When he poops at parties.
No. Well, he has a bidet.
He needs to hose down his butt.
Okay. I knew this would get off the rails. So, okay. So when you Okay, explain how you knew there was a bidet. Can you? Because I don't know.
Well, I went to go use the bathroom,
Right.
But I wasn't going number 2, so I didn't need to use it, I guess. I mean, unless you use a bidet
Because you
for
don't
all.
poop at parties.
Yes.
You don't poop.
Well, so I saw it on the toilet. I'm like, oh, there's a bidet, the ones that attach to the toilet. And I thought, oh, that's cool.
How do you activate that?
I don't know because I didn't try. I was
Right.
scared to do that. I didn't want to mess anything up.
I don't. You guys may be surprised to know that you know who's all about a bidet right now.
Who's that?
Who is that?
My mom.
Your mom. Well, we need to talk about.
We're gonna
your
get
mom.
to your mom in a bit because
I
I know she's gonna hear this.
Yes.
Yeah.
We saw my sister and brother-in-law at Christmas time, so that's a few months ago now. But he was talking about how he bought one of these bidets he attached to your toilet, and
Yes.
it's changed his life.
Really?
Life-changing. And all she did was quiz him on the ins and outs of that bidet, and I think ordered one on Amazon while she was
Really?
visiting in St.
Wow.
Thomas for
Well,
a
I
day.
sure am glad I brought this up.
Listen, I would be using a bidet. I think that's a great idea. If my butthole could be cleaner than it is, why wouldn't you want to use that? Why wouldn't you? I mean, that seems like the optimal
Yes.
thing. Bathroom accessory.
Yes.
So,
Hey,
I'm
I
just
agree.
saying.
Can you repeat that again? Because you've left me with, for the first time in all the many years, these many years,
Yeah, what?
that you've left me speechless with something you just
Listen,
said.
if your butthole could be clean, like as clean as possible, wouldn't you want that?
I'm just gonna.
I'm just saying.
I wish I had something for me.
Would anyone raise their hand and say, no, I don't want that? Right? I mean, hands up if you don't want that. Nobody.
Get
See?
the no-name toilet paper. It wouldn't matter.
Exactly. You don't need to splurge for the good stuff. You've got the bidet.
Okay.
I think that's great.
Okay.
Does Kirkland make a bidet?
They probably do. They make everything. It's probably just like the name brand.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, go on with your bidet story.
Well,
those are
glad-
just
I'm sure
my
I'm-
thoughts on bidets. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, thank you. I appreciate your thoughts. I brought this up because of the unique conversation that he and his wife had after it was installed, and I don't know what's involved in installing a bidet,
No,
but
yeah.
if it's hard
Who
for
are these
you,
people again?
Yeah.
Sorry, we've gone so
friends, just a friend,
Right, Dave has friends that
With
bought
an
a bidet.
adult- yeah,
Okay,
with an
okay.
adult
No,
kid
the
bought
adult
the
kid
bidet,
bought
helped
the
me
adult-
install
Did
the
right.
bidet. I don't know what's involved in installing a bidet, but I would think you would need to get, a source of water.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
hooked the hose up to the hose going into the toilet, and
It's got to hook up
that
to
how
the
it
tank or
clamps ar-
something.
I think
Hey,
it's
look at
clamps
you.
around to the.
Look
I
at
don't
you.
know.
Ever
Yeah,
since you
must.
fixed the light switch,
I
you
was
know
involved in the Christmas bidet discussions.
Herman's a regular handyman.
Everything. Okay, yes,
I mean,
apparently now.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
need a
he
new light
says-
switch. It'll be 3 hours and 2 days.
Well, turn off the bidet while you're doing the light switch. You don't want any water around. Anyway, so the conversation then becomes, we're all now trying because of course you're going to, now that you have one in the house,
Yeah.
you're going to try it. Why
Yes.
wouldn't
Yes,
you?
that's
So his
the
wife
point.
apparently said to him, well, I had to kind of adjust how I was sitting in order for the bidet to work properly.
Is it like a shower head?
Okay.
I don't know.
Can you
I don't
adjust the
know.
pressure?
I don't know. Rachel's the only one with any experience, and she didn't try it.
Is there a pulsing feature?
I wonder that actually too. Like, is it one single stream of water, or is it like
I don't.
a shower head, like you said, with like multiple, like
I
the
don't-
holes?
No, I don't know. I don't know any of those things. I've never experienced one. I've never seen. You had the chance.
I should have tried it. I
you
didn't.
wa- you-
yeah,
I mean,
felt like I didn't need to.
You're the one who said. Excuse
This
me. What
was my experience with.
No,
with-
yeah. Well, what was it
Well,
you said
one
that
again?
if
word
my
in particular.
butthole could be
There we
cleaner,
go.
then
And you didn't take advantage. Apparently,
I think everybody would agree with that. I think that's a universal
yes.
truth.
Well, yes, but you're saying
That
it,
if your
yet-
butthole
yet
could be
you-
cleaner.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't take that extra.
No, I didn't take the step to do that.
No. Anyway, so his wife says she had to sort of adjust herself in order for it to,
Okay.
do what it was intended to do.
What if it's not in the right spot, though? What happens? Does it like go up your back or what?
This is what I don't know.
Yeah.
But my friend
not fun.
replied. His reply to his wife was, "Well, it works perfectly for my ass."
Okay, so he was in the right spot.
Apparently, yes.
So you just have to adjust based on your body.
Yes, you either have
Okay.
you either have the right.
You're in the right spot or not.
You are, yeah. You either
Sure.
yes.
Is it
I
easy
mean,
to-
everybody's bum is different, I think, right?
Do you move the bum or do you move the nozzle?
I don't know. I wonder about that.
Well, I don't think you want to be.
Is there like a joystick
What
to
do you-
move it
I
around
don't
and
know.
change the
I
angle?
have
don't
no
think-
idea, but don't stick
No,
your
but on the
hand
side
down
of it,
there.
Like
there's
a
like
car
a-
wash?
There's like a pad with buttons, I think. So maybe there's options.
Probably
It's very
gotta get one of
high-tech.
those-
I feel like
in
it's really
Japan,
high-tech.
there's probably those options.
I don't want
Oh, I
one
think
now.
that's
I have
standard in
decided-
Japan. Yeah, I think
I was gonna say, is this a good or a bad? Never mind. I don't want one.
I think it's a great idea.
No,
idea.
there's.
Well, I guess we know the answer to my question then.
About the cleanliness of Dave's butt.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast. We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman, and this fine podcast is brought to you by HCR Permanent Search. Here's why they're sponsoring. They need mechanics, licensed mechanics. Which ones, Forman?
310T and 310S licensed diesel mechanics for a client that has immediate openings in St. Thomas, Stratford, Goderich, Ancaster, Burlington, and now also Orangeville. So there's
Okay.
even more opportunities for you to work full-time, permanent, straight day shifts as a licensed diesel mechanic.
Geez, they really need people.
Oh, yeah,
But
absolutely.
it seems like a great job. Yeah, you get permanent straight day shift, no shift work. So you're just working days all the time, forever. You get very competitive compensation. You get full medical and dental. You get an RRSP program with company contribution, which I think is a great perk because that doesn't happen very often anymore. Clean and positive work environment and career advancement and training opportunities because of a strong presence across North America. They have so many different places that they're working and they need you. You probably already have a job, but we have this better job for you.
Yeah, an HCR Permanent Search, they're the recruitment firm that's been around for 25 years that's on the lookout for this. We even had Dave send us a message that said, FYI, I reached out to HCR Permanent Search today because our company's looking for electricians.
Oh.
I wouldn't have known they existed if it wasn't for us. So
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
there you go.
All right.
How handy is that?
Well, we can set Dave up with HCR. That's great.
Exactly. But yeah, any like just think about who in your life do you know that's a diesel mechanic and they're
Yeah.
working evenings, they're working weekends, they're at some small shop.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, it's a grind.
wants
If
that.
310T, 310S, this is motor coaches and buses and trucks and all those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
You can be working straight days, full time.
Sweet. Sweet
Awesome.
deal.
All right.
Again, locations, the immediate openings, St. Thomas, Stratford, Goderich, Ancaster, Burlington, and now Orangeville.
All
Have
right.
you, by the way, ever noticed that there's very little orange in Orangeville?
It's kind of bleak and brown.
Yeah, it's not. Anyway, that's
I mean, but
a
not if you're a
topic for-
diesel mechanic. You're
Yes,
bringing the sparkle
top-
to Orangeville.
topic for another day. I
Is it
suppose.
unless one of these things you're tasked with fixing might be like a bright orange school bus?
There you
Sure.
go.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
you're putting the orange in Orangeville.
There you go.
You can apply online at hcrpermsearch.com or you can email Kyle Russell, K Russell, 2 S's, 2 L's, at hcr.ca. So the website is .com, the email is .ca.
Or just click on the link in the notes of this podcast episode right now.
Yep. Sure. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. The podcast that's like moving to daylight savings time. Really, 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 I can't say this enough. Stupid.
Correct.
Stupid.
Oh,
That's
boy.
Stupid. And with that in mind, Forman, you've been away.
Yeah, but at least this time I didn't have to cross any time zones.
Oh,
Didn't have to go
no.
Atlantic to Eastern anymore. If you go straight south, you stay Eastern, and
That's
you end
true.
up in Florida.
Florida.
Yes. How was Florida?
How is a Florida vacation?
We see you ended up at Disney World.
We did do Disney. I can say, coming back, it was when the weather was quite warm here in Ontario. And getting off the plane, there was a little girl in front of us that said to her mom, "Mommy, the sun came with us. Now we get the sun in our country."
Yes.
Which was just adorable.
Finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to give you another dose of cuteness, which you wouldn't expect from me, but I'm giving it to you anyway.
I'm actually surprised we're getting any cuteness from Forman today. Okay, go
You're
ahead.
welcome. We asked our 10-year-old daughter, Harley, what was the best part of the trip. She said Disney. We asked our 6-year-old daughter, Emily, what was the best part of the trip. She said Disney, the water park, and you guys.
Oh,
well,
that's so nice.
That's
being
really
with family.
Yeah. 10 of us all lived together in the same house for a
Wow,
week.
that's a lot of people. Too
And
many
then
for me.
All went to Magic Kingdom one day.
Okay, did you split up and do your own thing?
Wow.
Yep, by lunchtime we all had enough of that togetherness.
Yes.
Said, I'll see you later for dinner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
10 people all together is a lot.
But
It better
just
be a very big mansion.
There's a lot of differences between Canada and the U.S.
Yes,
And just
there are a few.
Just like the stark fact of you can get 24 cans of beer for $17
Wow,
at
24
Walmart
cans?
in Orlando.
Holy cow. What kind of beer?
Busch Light.
Well, swill,
Okay.
of course. The stuff that costs $17 at Walmart, Rachel.
Yeah,
what do you
well,
think it is?
Jeez.
Top
You get-
seller.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah, on our way into town, because we had a really early morning flight leaving London on Flair, that actually got us there, and there wasn't any problem somehow.
You didn't have any
That's
problems
amazing.
with Flair
Amazing.
this time?
I know. Can't believe I'm saying that.
Yes,
But
I'm surprised.
We needed some. We basically had gone from 4 a.m. till now it's like noon or 1 or whatever without eating anything too substantial. So we had we'll just whatever first drive-through we see, let's pull over, get something. Of course, it's a McDonald's. As I roll my eyes. But oh my goodness, America, McDonald's. You get iced coffee, it is pure sugar.
Really?
Of course.
It is so
Oh.
different. We get 2 Happy Meals for the girls. And so they're 2 Happy Meals, and the woman in the drive-thru speaker says, "And you want double fries?" Like, well, yes. Like there will be 1 in each, right? No, when we got it, she meant double fries as in they each have 2 fries.
Really?
Oh.
Do you have to pay for that?
Why
Is that extra?
No, I don't
That's
know.
probably extra, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
why
they
are they
they're charging extra
suggesting
for
double
that.
fries?
Because
I
they
didn't even know what
they-
that was.
Because people must
Some kids
demand
need
that.
more than just 1 fry. I
Do
don't know.
they? Do
I
they really
guess.
do they need more?
They're hungry. I mean,
I don't know. One night, Ashley and I went out for dinner. We had a date night and went out for dinner. And that's when you want to you let loose, you're splurging, doesn't matter what it costs. You can get an appetizer, get a dessert.
yes,
Sure.
everything.
Why
Have
not?
at it. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we couldn't because we were too full. The American portion sizes are so massive that I couldn't cram another morsel
Wow.
of food in me.
I thought our
Wow.
portion sizes would be very similar to theirs, but I guess not. Yeah. As I
Somehow
think
they-
back, I'm like, no, I guess they feed more. They give you more.
Yeah, I had my first ever Cracker Barrel experience, by the way.
Okay. I haven't been to the Cracker Barrel in forever, but my sister loves the Cracker Barrel.
It's
Cracker Barrel.
so good. I gotta tell
Really?
you, I got roast beef with
Yeah.
coleslaw and fried apples. It's like having
Fried
like
apples?
having an apple crisp as a side to your meal.
Oh,
Fried apples. Really?
okay.
And then it also
Well,
comes
that-
with cornbread.
Oh, yes,
And then the
okay.
lady came by and gave me 2 packets of blackberry jelly.
blackberry jelly for your bread.
And I wonder if I wonder if that's
the
was like
cornbread?
something that you should have with that meal and all those
Right,
options.
right.
Or she noticed that we were clearly not from there, and her and the other wait staff were having a bet on what would this guy use the jelly for, because he clearly doesn't have a clue.
So
Oh,
did you use
maybe.
it?
And I didn't
Yeah.
use it because I didn't know what to do with it.
Oh, Forman.
Wow.
But our entire
funny.
meal, 4 people go to Cracker Barrel, have a
Yeah.
full spread of dinner, $47.
What? That is so cheap.
Well, it was $45 with like $2.50 of tax. That's it. And the whole thing was $47.
Whoa, 2 adults and 2 kids?
Wow.
Gosh, every time we go out, it's $100 minimum.
Yes.
Crazy.
The
It's like
tax is
$45 to go to McDonald's for us.
Yeah. Like it's like on a
Wow.
we had some other a meal at Disney was like $100 or whatever.
Yes, of
but
course.
that was for
Not
like,
cheap.
but that was for like 10 people.
Yeah.
And even the tax on that was like $7.
No tax. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, like
way less
just
tax.
Crazy. I know.
God, what do they have to complain about down there? Jeez.
But at Disney, if you get food, by the way, the kids' meals, and this is smart of them, the sides are only apples or mandarin oranges. You can't get fries in a kid's meal at Disney. And I think that's very smart.
Really?
Then the kids end up having to eat the apple slices or
Right.
the orange because they don't have any other option.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, see? There you
I
go.
guess so.
I really
sure.
like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could buy like a kid's meal at Disney. I haven't been
I
to
was like-
Disney I haven't been there forever, so.
Yeah,
We'll
it
go
was
there eventually.
it was busy.
Oh, I bet.
And we
So
had
how
to-
long did you wait? Did you get the Genie Pass?
Oh, of course you have to.
Okay, so did
I
that
don't
work?
know what
Like
that
was it
is.
worth it to do that?
Yes, because the best ride we did with that is the Thunder Mountain roller coaster at Magic Kingdom.
Okay. Yep.
And if you use your Genie Pass, I mean, you walk past everybody. It's an hour and a half lineup otherwise.
Oh my gosh.
And you're on in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So a Genie Pass is really just a Fast Pass. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Why is it
Yeah,
called a
they
Genie
don't
Pass?
have the
don't know.
Fast Pass anymore.
Yeah.
It's a
They have
Genie
the
Pass
Genie
to
Pass.
use a fast lane.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And if you
Right.
want to use it for the Seven Dwarves Mine Train roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
you can't unless you get its own special different version that costs even more extra on
Yeah.
top of your admission.
Yeah, yeah.
Or otherwise, the shortest wait time for that I think I saw was like 80 minutes.
Oh
There was
my.
a ride. We went to Universal a few years
Crazy.
ago, and we and it cost you so much money. We got the Fast Pass thing or whatever it was, but the Fast Pass didn't work on one of the Harry Potter things, and it was. I remember we looked because we had an app on our phone. The wait on that Harry Potter ride was something like 6 hours.
6 hours?
I know, like you were not getting on that ride until unless you managed to
You waste your
stay
whole
the,
day.
Stay the night, maybe
Yes.
you get on it the next morning.
How
I
is
don't
that
know.
even worth it to have
I know.
that?
Is that crazy?
I saw
Oh my
Space
God.
Mountain got down to 45 minutes at one point in the day, and I said, all right, we're going.
Yep.
Ashley wasn't going to do it because she's got the whole vertigo situation, and it's a
Does
roller
she?
coaster
Oh.
inside in the dark, right?
Yes.
But we just did Thunder Mountain. The girls love that. So I thought, well, this is another roller coaster. Only 45 minutes. And you go inside the building, and it's meandering through where the lineup's right. And this is not Fast Pass. This is just regular lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And there's messaging going on the intercom system of, pregnant women should not be on this ride. People with blood pressure issues should not be on this ride.
Mm-hmm.
There are sharp turns and sudden drops. And it goes on and on and on. And the kids were fine going in there. And once they heard that message over and over again a few times, Emily freaked out, lost her mind, was screaming. I could not console her in the middle of the light up
Oh my
that she had to
gosh.
leave. And we had to scoot past all the people
Yes.
backwards all the way out.
Oh my
boy.
gosh, I tricked Jeremy going on that ride once. And so because it was just him and I at Magic Kingdom, and he doesn't like roller coasters. But I was like, I really want to do Space Mountain because it's fun.
Yes.
And so we got in line, and I said, oh, yeah, because at certain parts of that line, it says you have to get out here. Like, if you want to leave the line,
Yeah, sure.
here's where you get out. And so we were passing the last, so it was like, this is the last one. And I'm like, oh, no, if you don't want to do it, just stay up at the thing. And then when I'm done, I'll come and get you. Like, just don't go on the ride. Just wait for me. So he's like, okay. So we got up there. Well, he couldn't just wait for me. They were like, you either have to go on this ride or scoot back through the line like Forman did all the way. And you're a grown man. And he was like,
It's awful.
okay, fine. I'll go on the ride. So he had to go on it.
I got to be honest with you. I was on that
He
ride.
hated it.
I think I went on the first time I went on that ride. I went. I don't know if I got that. I just didn't. Feel
I like
it
it.
was. I didn't feel like it was much of anything.
Yeah, and that's the
didn't-
thing. That's the thing about Magic Kingdom. And as Melissa already sent to us a message, she said, I can't wait to hear Forman's rant about Disney World. If it's anything like his rant about Service Ontario, it'll be comedy gold. Is that the rides aren't rides.
No.
There's a couple of roller coasters. You can get plenty of that at Wonderland in Toronto.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, all the rides are sitting on a track looking at things.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like
You
experiences.
look at a haunted mansion. You look at a bunch of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the
You
Pirates
look at
of
how
the
it's a
Caribbean.
small world.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You don't do anything.
No.
Right.
Why would I
No.
wait an hour to sit and look at stuff?
Yeah.
No.
These are not good rides.
No.
And there's too many people in your way on top of that.
No. And
Do you know
Space
you can
Mountain's
what
not
you
worth
can
the wait. Space
can go
Mountain's
through the.
just- it's not
I
even
love
worth the
Space
wait.
Mountain.
No,
I
that's
think
what I
it's
told
good.
the kids. I'm like, it couldn't possibly be that bad because everything's geared for you being 6, not for
Yes.
me
Yes.
being...
It's nothing.
Exactly.
It's
True.
just the dark. You just on a roller coaster in the dark, which
Jeremy was fine with it.
sort
I
of
mean, he
takes-
didn't love it, but he didn't
Well,
love that I
sort of-
made him do it.
It takes the scary stuff out if you can't see where you're going to drop or
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
no
my
worse
rant
than any
about
other
Disney
roller
World.
coaster.
I'm never going... We've done Magic Kingdom twice.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
Right.
Yeah, don't go
Okay.
back.
Not again.
So
No.
now you'll go to a different park.
Yeah, if ever. But yes, it will have to be a different park. The place we stayed at, though, I will say that it did introduce me to playing pickleball for the first time ever,
Oh, you've
which is
joined
fantastic. I
you
would like
loved
to
it.
play
Okay.
that all the time.
the.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
But couldn't use the pool. There was a big pool and water slide area and couldn't use that as much as we wanted because the first time we tried, we were there for about half an hour. And then a pre-recorded message comes on over the speakers. And then all the staff with bullhorn sirens like, boop, boop, boop. The pool had to be evacuated and was being closed for the day due to a chemical imbalance.
Oh boy, did someone poop in the pool?
I can't imagine what else that would mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
That has to be what chemical imbalance means. does it
Usually
not?
you can just shock it, but if it's a huge pool with a park and maybe they had to.
Full of people
Yeah.
and children.
Yeah.
Lots of children.
That sucks. That
ha-
sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, good thing you made it to Disney, Forman.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. And we've reached the point in the podcast where we like to read some of your communication with us. And by the way, if and you know this podcast is sponsored by HCR Permanent Search. If you've been listening, then you know what they're looking for and all of that stuff. But if you would like to sponsor this lovely podcast, you can reach out to us to do that too. Right?
Yes, we've got prices for every budget. You can email us at daverachelforman@gmail.com or DM us on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok now. We're Due to Underwhelming Demand on TikTok.
There you go.
We got room for you to be on with us, and we want you to sell your product or service.
That's right. We'll sell it for you. And who's better to sell it than us?
Yes.
Not very many people.
Yeah, we can sell it. Anyway, you could also reach out to us and tell us what you think about the podcast. I actually had someone reach out to me, my daughter, the other day. My daughter,
Your oldest daughter?
no,
Okay.
no,
Or your youngest daughter?
my youngest daughter, Charlotte,
Okay.
said, "Hey, Dad, do you ever have guests on your podcast?" And I said, "Well, we hadn't until just recently." And we had, Melody on, Forman, your partner in Halifax.
Yeah.
I said, but up until then, we had never had. Why do you ask? Well, she goes, well, I think I knew that you had a guest on, and I was wondering if I could come on. your
Oh.
podcast." And I said,
Really?
really?
Okay.
She goes, yes, I would like to do a segment called Shit on Dave.
Oh,
That's how I
at least two of us would absolutely
I mean, I'm
be
up for
thrilled.
that. Yeah, that's
Yes.
sure.
Please,
That-
Charlotte.
All
let's
now you
go.
need Jeremy, who's
Yeah.
got all the time in the world, to come shit on Rachel.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
that would
he's
be-
Actually,
ava-
would
that would
gladly
he's
be good.
available.
participate if you
That
will.
Yeah.
would be good too. Anyway, that is in fact how my daughter communicates with me too. Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
All right,
speaking of that episode that did feature a special guest,
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay DeVoe or DeVos. Sorry, Lindsay, I never knew how to pronounce her last name, but she says, "Hi guys, just wanted to say that I'm loving this episode already, and I'm only 5 minutes in, getting to listen to all my favorite people in one spot. Put a big smile on my face. I just thought I had to message since Melody and I both have something in common with Forman bailing on us."
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Poor Forman.
She listened to that show in Nova Scotia, but you got this show now, Lindsay. So
Right.
come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, we have an email from Forman's mom, Kathy.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, and Kathy's actually
and me
emailed us
too.
a couple of times. I think she's...
Nothing delighted
she's going-
me more than seeing
I'm telling you, that's
Yes.
what I felt. Yeah.
I was so thrilled.
Yes.
Forman.
Now, I don't know if I can even play this because I don't think it'll work. But she says, "Hi, Dave, Rachel, Forman." And she calls you Forman, not your real name. I love that.
She doesn't remember it because it's not Windsor.
Well,
had to
just
bring
hold
that
that
up.
thought, Forman.
You had to bring
She
that up,
says,
of
"I'm
course.
finally listening to all your podcasts in sequence." And I would say to that she is now ahead of my husband, who listens to 0 of them. She says they're all very entertaining. Windsor would love them. Windsor the horse. I thought a
Really?
theme song for episode 42 could be "These Are the Daves That I Know." And I don't know if I can play this. I don't think I can from here.
No,
Because it's going to go through my headphones. Do you have it?
Right.
It's the old Kids
Yes.
in the Hall.
Kids in
isn't
the
it?
Hall,
It's
yes.
Kids in the Hall. Sure.
Yeah, but I think if you go back to that episode, like that was why we named it that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
why we
Daves
talked
I
about
know.
it that
Yeah,
way
she
because
gets
we
it
knew
then.
that existed.
There you go.
Because of the song. But thanks anyway.
Okay.
Yes, that was why.
Sure. I hope Windsor is listening. Maybe you're listening to this in the barn with Windsor so Windsor can hear his brother, Forman, talk. Maybe he misses you, Forman.
You don't think he's his
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah, you're his brother, right?
Moving on.
Nothing delights me more than emails from Forman's mom. So thank you, Kathy.
Yes. Forman's mom, please, 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 when you get to, I know that you're listening to them all in order. When you get to this one, send us more
Write us
emails.
again.
Every week. We
Yeah.
would love it.
Also, if you've got any baby pictures of Forman, we'll take those too.
We like those too.
You should have seen the slideshow she made at my wedding.
Oh, I would love
would
to
love
see
that.
it. I would love
that.
to see it.
I would
Okay.
love to see
Anyway, Jackie says regarding that Service Ontario in Watford, just by the way, Sam is a woman and she is still thriving. That Service Ontario is still
Yes,
open.
good.
It's located inside McClung's Flowers.
that. Oh, in Watford.
Oh,
In Watford, yeah.
In
It's inside
Watford.
a flower
Okay.
shop?
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Better than being inside a Staples.
That's right. That's right. It is
Yes,
better
you're-
than being
that's
inside
fair
of the
enough.
Staples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better.
Fair enough.
Aaron said, just listen to your latest episode. I have so much empathy for you, Rachel, with your turning 40 pains.
Oh, boy. Yes. Well, see, that's when it happens.
I wake up some days with pains that I can't figure out where they came from. I'm not even 50 yet, but falling apart by mystery pains. I think we need a support club.
So another thing that I have also recently found out is a friend of mine who's 42 or maybe 44, I can't remember. Anyway, she's just a little bit older than me, and she lent me her reader's glasses to just use and see if, wow, those things really work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They do. Yeah.
And,
They do.
Which I was
Yeah, they
not
do.
thrilled to find out.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
telling you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
try
I've
those.
started to have to read pill bottles like this. Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute. And my kids will come up, Mom, look at this. And it's like at my nose. I'm like, no, back up. Gotta back up.
Rachel, doesn't Dollarama have a large selection of those
Yes,
kind of glasses
that's
for
where you buy them. You can just buy them at Dollarama.
You better get some.
And I may invest now.
Yeah, I think you
It's
should.
that time.
I think you should.
Well, why don't we have one more special guest on? Because
Okay.
Scotty, the only person who's ever taken advantage of this feature so far, has sent us a voice memo
Oh, love it.
on Messenger to Dave, Rachel, and Forman. We don't know what this is, but I guess I'll
find
just hit play and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hi, it's Scotty. Well, not calling, I guess, but I just listened to your guys' most recent show. It was nice to hear Melody and Forman together again. That was pretty cool. reminded me a lot of when I would call in on whatever topic they had. And Forman and I would, of course, agree to any opinion that Melody had. 100%. Yeah. Always. Yeah.
Like Rachel.
Yeah. He was always, Forman's a very, very, agreeable and Melody too, right? So, yeah, great team and stuff. Miss having them together. So, Rachel, yes. Once you turn 40, like I'm 49, I'll be turning 50 this year. Wow. Everything goes straight to hell. I remember
Great.
I turned my head too fast once watching American Idol with my wife, and it was about 2 weeks of me walking around like Michael Keaton's Batman. I'm not sure what that was all about. Me now, I have to stack my blankets, roll my blankets and pillows and stuff at a certain like a 32-degree angle or whatever it is. So if I put my arm out, it can't be too high up or my hand will go numb. And then like last night, I had my hand up, but then forgot that my wrist would be bent just slightly, which meant, of course, crippling pain when I woke up in the morning.
Yes.
I'm not sure what that's about.
You're almost 50.
But yeah, after 40 it does seem to be the way it is. So really enjoying the podcast still. Glad you guys are back together. And I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Well, that's awesome. I mean,
Scotty is so funny. I've never
Scotty.
even met him, but I really want to now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's so good. Yes,
so
he's right.
great.
I think 40 is when it starts, and 50 or 10 years into it, and your body is now just downhill.
I imagine after recording that and holding your phone up to your mouth, Scotty, for that length of time, your hand probably went numb doing that, but just by itself.
I hope you're okay now. Thanks for emailing and calling us.